Alright, what's up, guys? Here we are with Watchlist week 1. So, this week we are going to be focusing on a couple stocks. So, the first stock that I like is Apple right now. So, here, just because of the news that Facebook is suing Apple because of its App Store policies. So, yeah, I guess that Facebook basically said that Apple is just sort of picking their own apps to take the headlines in their App Store. And I guess that their iOS 14 policy, I don't know if you guys have seen it, it shows that whenever you download the app, it asks you if you want to be tracked or not. I don't know if you want to test it out. Download an app, see if you want to be tracked. But so I guess it limits small businesses and so as you can see, Apple got pretty oversold within the last day or two off of this chart. And they reported really good earnings. They reported spectacular earnings. They dropped down 14 bucks. I don't know what percent that is. Probably a 7% move down. Probably gonna do a little head and shoulders right here. Little head and shoulders movement right there. It'll probably reconsolidate around this probably 129, but I think this 131 is probably a support level. So I'm gonna say that Apple is probably gonna be a good buy on the upside. Also with Facebook, I think they also got a little sold off, but I am pretty sure that they report on Thursday, if I remember right. But yeah, their earnings are gonna come up here soon. Doesn't show here when. I think on Thursday. I will double check that probably in the next video. But yeah, I think Facebook has really good upside here. 286 mark, so it got sold off because of all the WallStreetBets. I know y'all were buying GameStop. Nokia is okay. Got some Nokia contracts, but yeah, next one I like is Microsoft. They had I don't even have words for their earnings. Their earnings were amazing, but just a little bit of volatility here. Their forecast was 1.64 earnings per share, but they reported 2.03, so they surprised with a 23% upside, which is just crazy. I don't know how you get those types of Rona, Teams, all that electronic stuff. But yeah, I see Microsoft as a winner. They got a little sold off here. They're a little in the red, but they're they're a little oversold in my opinion. The relative strength, sort of there, but money's not really going in there. But so yeah, they're pretty good upside. Maybe sell off a little bit just because of how much they ran up from the pre-earnings. They moved up 20 bucks, and Microsoft does not really move. So yeah, next is Intel. They were an interesting mover. After they reported earnings, they just not completely, but they sold off a good $4, good 3-ish%. But then here this little move, probably in the 5-minute, it'll show pretty nicely. Yeah, on Friday, yeah, they were just pre-market. They just moved up, hit a high in the morning, but then just sort of sold off. I feel like a lot of analysts feel that it has been undersold or oversold, and relative strength. Not really there. A lot of money piling in at these low levels, so I feel like they could be a really, really big winner on the upside as well. If they do sell off, they'll probably go through their pre-earnings run up. It's probably $50, roughly around there, but I see them holding this $53 mark, if anything. But so yeah, next, my favorite, it is going to be the commodities. Barrick Gold. I am very biased on them. Um, just because I feel like commodities have been oversold. Um, considering, or Barrick has been oversold considering that, inflation. This is basically an inflation play. Um, just because of the amount that gold has ran up, and considering that Buffett has piled in a bunch of money since, I think in the summer he bought like a couple million shares. He's a long-term investor, so in the long run, the longer you hold the stock, the less riskier it becomes. But so yeah, considering from March lows, it's just sort of holding the support level right here. Their earnings are this week, I believe, on Thursday or Friday. The report, no, Thursday. So considering how much how much gold has gained value, I could probably see them within like the $25-ish range. After their report, I feel like there's huge upside considering they've been selling off since November. If I can check it right here. Yeah, since their November somewhat high, close to the high, just been getting sold off and has been just sort of bouncing off of the support level, been trading below average, as you see right there. But so yeah, I think they're gonna have good earnings and probably a good outlook in the future. Then SLV, just because of WallStreetBets, because I guess everybody's trying to pump it. New GameStop, I guess, is from what I've been seeing here. So yeah, let me pull up the chart. So yeah, they just rocketed up for no reason. I have a couple of contracts in SLV also. Yeah, inflation, they got oversold. They've been just sort of really volatile all over the place. So if they break out the support level, I could see them as a buy. Just because silver's been underperforming as well. Gold and cryptos have been outperforming them, so I could see them in the future. And also GLD, it's just the S&P gold shares. They've just been sort of playing around this level right here. So yeah, sort of the same thing with silver. So then next, with the indexes getting sold off, I'm looking at the S&P right here. This past 2 days just got wrecked. So yeah, I can sort of see it just bouncing off right here, and pre-markets have shown that to me already. So I don't think it'll probably go under 370, but if it is, I would definitely watch out for your portfolio, because and there's just really hasn't been any news. Could be a rebalancing, I don't know. We just have to see what happens this week, just because last week was the first week of a bunch of craziness. So then yeah, with the SPY being looked at, the VIX, it's the inverse relationship of that. So it's been sort of playing around this $10 mark. I've just been selling credit spreads at that 10, collecting all the premium at the money. So then yeah, they just shot up to 15, so 50% move area. Yeah, my math is a little messed up, but yeah, half of 10 is 5. Yeah, 50%. So yeah, they just been sort of bouncing off that 13. I think 15 is gonna be the high, considering my beliefs on the S&P. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching those. Probably be selling calls. Probably get some $10 puts for a couple weeks out. Don't really see much upside anymore, considering this stock is designed to go to zero. With that, I have American Airlines. This one was another WallStreetBets one. The high from the 28th, I think that was on Thursday, hit a high of $30. And considering barely anybody's traveling right now, $30 was like pre-Rona level. February. Yeah, it closed around 30. So yeah, I don't really see much upside from American Airlines. It'll probably trade within a range. I'd say probably within like a $20 to a $15 range. Right now it's at 17. But I think it'll probably bounce off. Oh, it'll probably bounce off the $16 level. I mean, it was trading at like what, $15. Let's see. Yeah, trading roughly like 15ish. Never fell below 15. Just been selling spreads at 14 and a half, because I mean, they could sell off to get into tech, more growth stocks, because I mean, tech's been hot, but they might run out of steam here. And then last but not least, I have been seeing banks. Banks got tore up, most likely just because of the WallStreetBets. I mean, you guys, I don't know if you guys have heard about Melvin Capital. They went bankrupt because of short selling. Maybe I can go into another video about that. But so yeah, they're just sort of at their pre-earnings run up here. So yeah, I don't think they'll probably go, or I like Bank of America, but I mean, you can be like Wells Fargo, American Express, Goldman Sachs, but I like to play Bank of America. I don't know, sort of cheap. Contracts are really cheap. A lot of potential profit. But so yeah, I think they'll probably bounce off of that $30 mark right there. I mean, they were trading above the average, so they sort of balanced out right here. I mean, if it touches this little yellow line, the little whatever, the below the Bollinger Band, I see this as a potential buy or calls, probably to the upside. I mean, $4 on that kind of stock is a really big move. And then just as a little safety net, just sort of look at the dollar. It's been holding up within this range, so dollar and commodities are usually a little inverse, but I think they could probably hit this $42 mark again here soon. I mean, this was the beginning of January. But so yeah, I would say this is my analysis, due diligence. I would not, I mean, yeah, I guess if you'd like, you can play these. I'll most likely be playing these, not all of them, but just want to let y'all know what I'm looking out there. Try to make some quick flips, especially SLV. I'll be watching those closely, but I'll mainly be watching commodities this week. Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft the most closely. And I hope y'all have a good trading day tomorrow at open.